allergies wreaking havoc on your life? Are you finding an over response to certain foods that you're eating, maybe certain chemicals that you're exposed to? It can cause a lot of sinus congestion, sneezing. If you're having any of these symptoms, maybe you think it's an overproduction of histamine on your body's part. I'm actually here to tell you that it's lymphatic stagnation and you're becoming sensitive because your body has accumulated so much waste over the years. So this is a state of acidosis. My name is Jin, certified regenerative detox specialist and alkaline health coach. I actually had to sleep seated for a big portion of my life because, the smallest thing would make me not be able to breathe. If I had a glass of red wine, I would just start sneezing and sneezing. If I ate certain foods, like, more fungusy foods, your candida forming foods, like your breads, your starches, your cheeses, anything fermented, I totally couldn't breathe out my nose. As a child, I had a lot of inner ear infections. I had upper respiratory. I know now there's no such thing as infections. They're actually outfections. Your body's doing something intelligent when these symptoms arise. We just think that it's working against us, but it's actually working as a protective mechanism to heal ourselves. So as a kid, I had all kinds of upper respiratory, chronic sinuses. So much so they removed my tonsils and adenoids. So I'm here to tell you that you can actually heal this naturally. You can support your body. You can get out of its way. It wants to heal. Its job is to actually make you feel vitality. So just supporting it by reducing any acids that are coming into your body that are causing this stagnant lymph system. In chemistry, acids not only are hot, inflammatory, corrosive, they also stick everything together. They're very coagulating. So your lymph system, which runs head to toe, connects every tissue, organ, and gland, every cell of your body. It surrounds every cell. It's like this big body of water, that can support you, but when it gets stagnant from too much acidosis, it can cause all of these stiffnesses. The sinus is getting really congested. It's the lymph in the head, the lymphatic system up in the head being so stagnant. So there are things that you want to avoid in terms of dietary. Animal proteins would definitely cause some acidosis happening there. You need to avoid any carbonated beverages, really high sugar foods, not natural sugar foods, like your natural sugars are fine, your maple syrups, your raw honey, all of that stuff. Even some agave might be nice, but just really watching out for like your sweets, different desserts, pastries, things like that. Anything really that contains gluten, any dairy. Apart from butter and cream, actually, you could take a little bit of that and it shouldn't congest you. I don't know if you've heard of something called bioresonance. I used to go for this. The only problem with that is they test you for like over 300 different foods, but then there's all these foods that you actually can't consume because you're having like a poor resonance with them. Well, pineapple was on there, and pineapple is one of the most healing fruits, the bromelain. It would be a real disservice to my body if I stopped eating pineapple. So just watch out for those bioresonance tests for allergies specifically, because really it's actually just stagnant lymph, and I'm here to teach you how to get your lymph moving. If you follow my work, maybe you're interested in my program, the Raw Reset, you can actually purchase that. Just check the link below, and that'll get you started on a self-love lifestyle of abundance and vitality and joy that gets the lymphatic system moving using certain foods and botanicals, as well as alkaline lifestyle recommendations that are provided there. When you're alkaline, the lymph starts to move. It's a hydrated state. It's the exact opposite of the acid state. So there is an answer for you, dear one. Quick fix you can do is you can take a hot face cloth and apply it to the sinus regions. Okay, just be careful it's not too hot, and that should open you up. You could do steam inhalations with albus oil and other essential oils that are meant to open the olfactory. Okay, you can actually do hot and cold packs on the back of the head, not the neck, but the cerebellum area, and always end with cold. So 10 minutes hot, 10 minutes cold, always end with cold. The cold is alkaline, and that'll get the head draining all that stagnation out. You know, if there's acids in the head, then that's acids in the brain. We don't want that either. So chronic sinuses is actually showing you to get to the root of that problem so that later in life you don't have any other issues that might be more debilitating. So you really want to move your lymph, you want to move your body in order to move your lymph, but more moderate exercise, not anaerobic, which creates more acids and defeats the purpose. We're wanting to just move the lymph because it works more muscularly. Actually, the lymph doesn't have a pump the way the blood does, so you do need to think about like trampoline. You could do the bungee cord trampoline. That would be incredible because the springs actually are not so great for the joints, and even just long walks, that would be wonderful. Swimming, that kind of thing. And going back to the therapy plans that Dr. Genshura, my original teacher, put together years and years ago for his clients, you know, they gave him an honorary doctorate for his work helping people to heal naturally. And I didn't mention, but I'm at Nature's Emporium today in Maple, and they actually do carry all of his products that he formulated to really assist his clients. This is the Alka Herb Tea. I do have this as a big part of my program, so if you do get my program, you will learn more. You can also check out my website, thehealingjunction.ca, and learn a little bit more about these alkalizing products. This one specifically you're going to want to use for opening up the sinuses in the neti pot. So this would be your perfect pH, 8.5 pH. It's the alka bath salts, and those are made out of finely ground precious stones that actually work to align your chakras as well. You can soak in these, you can do foot baths. It's like an energy medicine, but really it's just so alkaline that it drains acids out, and it will definitely support to open if you use it in your neti pot. The only thing with the neti pot is it could actually cause more congestion, so you really have to kind of see for yourself how it works for you. I did find a tremendous relief using neti pot back when I was suffering. And you really need to work with your emotional body. When it comes to acidosis, it's created by states of fear, anger, stress. Stress is the biggest acidifier we're faced with today. So to alkalize, work with your emotions, do the things that allow you to calm down, find rest. You know, times for contemplation would be very alkaline. I was out in nature today. I highly recommend it, and it's a great way to move your lymph too if you go for a walk. You know, you would want to adopt an alkaline diet. So I have alkaline dietary recommendations in my private group. That's a free download. You just go under files in the Raw Reset group. I'll put the link below for the Raw Reset group, and you can download a lot of educational material for yourself that would support you. And the dietary recommendations are that you stay more on an alkalizing diet. I like to call it a lifestyle of abundance and vitality rather than a diet, yeah? And you can use these alka bath salts when you create a compress for around the neck, which would drain the acids from the head easily because it's just in that vicinity, right? You can actually think about doing enemas. It's actually quite wonderful if there's a block there. It's so interesting. As a clinical iridologist, I always look at your irises, right? And I tell you what strengths are there and what weaknesses are there, genetically speaking. Well, the head actually, like the brain and the nervous system, sits right up top the bowels. So we see that through the iris. So when you clear the bowels, you can open up in the head region, the sinus area, and you're moving that lymph, so you're not going to be so sensitive to the things that you're allergic to. Of course, I'm not talking about anaphylactic allergies. I mean, yes, I am in a way, but if you're that far gone, you know, please seek the advice of a physician. This is educational purposes only, so check out my notice, which I'll link below, my disclaimer as well below. So I'm confident that if you put some of these tools in place, you'll start to find more relief through your lymph system. Your allergy symptoms will be a distant memory before you can even imagine. And if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me, please, I'll put my booking link below. It'd be an absolute pleasure, honor to work together in that way. And I also have some group coaching coming up in June. So I moved it from the end of May into early June. So June 4th start date. We'll do 4 weeks together in an intimate community, learning about regenerative healing together. It'll be a workshop plus coaching. And don't be shy, you know, because somebody in the group might have something similar. And even if you have something going on with your health that's unique to you, I'm going to give you the tools and resources that you need to support your body to heal itself, to be free from these symptoms once and for all. And you know, it's actually that the body heals the exact same way. So it really doesn't matter what condition you're coming in with. Know that I can support all the members in the group with the same recommendations, because we're one species. We're designed to eat a certain kind of food, a frugivory species diet. And yeah, the alkalizing and the botanicals, they just work to get your body doing what it does naturally, which is my main message to you today, that the body truly is the healer. So I thank you so much for being with me, and I'm hoping that you'll have relief from any of your symptoms soon, and sending you so much love.